I'm going to spoil it. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch it because I want to talk about this and I'm going to talk about it. Oh my God, that was so good.
I'm judging the success of the show by the quality of women that DM me.
Oh my God.
You can tell like there's so much passion, intention, and love with everything that's being made.
LateBloomer's is looking at the identities of being, you know, first generation Canadian, being Tamil, being Punjabi, and then being an artist in a community that doesn't always feel like it's empowering that life path.
I could be on set for 10, 12, 11 hours and be driving home and be thinking, man, that was so cool. That was cool. That was cool.
Sunny comes in, I'm like, who is this guy? He's so loud. He's so obnoxious.
Like, I know this guy. He's happy. He's sad. Yeah, man, my uncle's beat up a couple of DJs one time.
I heard his voice. I'm like, I know that voice. I know that voice. And I'm like, no way. No fucking way. Well, welcome to Jugni. I feel like I have to get everyone's names right here. So we have Sunny.
Yeah, that was hard, right?
So hard. It's always the hardest. Yeah. And then Sugenja.
Sugenja. Yeah.
Sugenja.
Yes.
And so Sunny is convinced it's Sugenja.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I call her Chippy.
Yeah, he was calling me Chippy for like the first 2 seasons. Yeah. And then at one point he was calling me like Sugenja.
Oh.
Yeah, I did say that. I remember saying
Sugenja. He was the only person on set who was calling me Sugenja. And just turned to me one day when he heard him say Sugenja. And he's like, did he just? And I'm like, yes, don't correct him. It's our thing. I really want him to keep calling me Sugenja. So I never corrected him. But yeah, it's Sugenja.
I was in too deep. Even if they corrected me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was just like at that point, I was just like, that's just who I am to him.
Yeah.
So I never corrected him. And then I think at some point he was
But was there a thing on set where it's Sugenja versus Sugenja?
Yeah, it was. So one of the writers came up to me in season 2 and was like, hey, so is Sugenja the anglicized version of your name? And I was like, oh, yeah, it is. That's how you pronounce it in English. And she was like, okay, well, how do you pronounce it in Tamil? And I was like, it's Sugenja in Tamil. And I'm like, but you don't have to call me Sugenja. You don't have to call me what you want. And then the next day, literally the next day I show up to set and everybody comes up to the crew, the rest of the cast, everybody's coming up to me and being like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, what are you talking about?
I remember this.
Yeah. And they were like, your name. Yeah. And I'm like, what about it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Sugenja. And I was like, oh, yeah, but like, and everybody just looked so deeply disturbed by the fact that they had been calling me the wrong name. And I was like,
I remember it went around. Everyone was talking about it. They're like, yo, can you believe for a whole year we called her the wrong name? And then I'm like, what's her name? And they're like, Sugenja. I'm like, oh, word? And then I was walking away and I'm like, what have I been calling her?
Sugenja.
Because I wasn't sure. I was like, I was butchering it, eh?
You're like, I was doing it on purpose.
Yeah, so then when I saw her that day, I was like, hey, Chippy.
The thing is, I go by both. And like, Sugenja is really only at home. I've gone by Sugenja my whole life. Like, I've never even thought about it. And I think that was the first time I've ever been asked outside my house, how do you say your name in Tamil? And then it just like turned into this like whole thing. Like everybody acted
Yeah, they were like, tell you take a stand. Why are you letting this happen?
I mean, that's such a testament to the set. And I feel like I've heard so many good things about the set from everybody.
Yeah.
Is that like it's just tight-knit and also just so respectful and so professional.
Yeah. I only got in trouble once. It was last year.
That was on you. Yeah, you told that story on the last pod.
But other than that, I mean.
Which, by the way, we have to talk about. I don't know why you're going on all these other podcasts. Like, what's that about?
I'm cheating on you.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I know. I keep seeing all his podcasts.
Right?
It keeps popping up on my social media, and I'm like,
People
right away.
are in my DMs. I'm judging the success of the show by the quality of women that DM me.
Oh my God.
It's not even a woman. You haven't been on one other woman's podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys need to get more in the podcast. I feel like you two would have a really good podcast.
I mean, we're doing it today.
No, like a reoccurring.
Well, I used to do the announcements in high school. I was that kid. Yeah, just like on student council, like super involved. Like I would get home at like 7 p.m. most nights because I was involved in so many extracurriculars. So like this is kind of a throwback to that. I'd get to school every morning and be like, good morning, Notre Dame.
You know, I can see this.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Notre Dame in Brampton?
I did.
Oh my God, the Brampton one.
Yeah, I grew up in Brampton.
Where did you go to high school?
Turner.
You did?
I know, and you guys shouted out Turner in the second episode or the
a lot of people think I went to Turner and I didn't. I didn't go to Turner.
It's because you give Turner.
No, I didn't go to high school.
No, you went to high school. No,
I did. I went to TL Kennedy in Mississauga.
I feel like Turner is one of those schools that's like really popular. And I'm so used to not even having to say the full name. I'm just like Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Like Turner Fenton.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said the full name because I just expect people to know.
Everyone knows.
My friends that went there, because I did go to Turner. I had buddies
Yeah.
that went to Turner, so I'd go there and visit.
Yeah.
But this is so long ago that Turner Fenton were still separate schools.
Yeah, there are 2 separate schools and 2 separate buildings.
I've heard the lore.
And then you
Yeah.
just have to go back and forth for classes.
And then they merged.
And they became Turner Fenton, but before it was Turner and
And then there was a
Fenton.
big war between Turner and Fenton.
Really?
No.
No.
Because they were like Fenton Turner. Why isn't it Fenton Turner, right?
Are you making this up?
Yeah.
See, it's like I've known him for 3 years, and I still, at some points, I'm like, are you, 90% of the times he is joking. He's just with me. But like, I can't pick up on it, so I believe his crazy stories, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, I feel like I should introduce what you guys are here for as well. You guys are on Late Bloomer Season 3.
Yeah.
Airing right now on Crave TV.
Yeah.
Get Crave, guys. I feel
Yeah, I feel like just me's gonna get mad. Watch Late Bloomer now on Crave.
Yeah.
New episode drops every Friday.
Yeah.
There.
I
done my
love
part.
I love that you guys are doing single episodes a week now.
Yeah.
I think that's so much better.
We are?
Yeah, we are. We're doing single episodes. Every
Wasn't it
week.
2? Wasn't it 2?
It was.
Oh,
So
okay.
season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 episodes every Friday.
Yeah.
But the show is just so good that
Yeah.
I can say that, right?
Yeah, you can say
The
that.
show is so good that people were binging through it really quickly.
Yeah.
So I think just to give people more time to process, there's just so much material in one episode that it's like, I think we can do single episodes. The first week was 2 episodes.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be 1 episode every week.
Yeah.
And I just think that's...
I didn't know that because I haven't caught yesterday's episodes
So
yet.
that's the thing. You don't watch yourself, right?
Yeah.
Do you watch yourself?
I hate it. I absolutely hate watching myself. I think it's like what most people don't realize is a lot of actors are introverts, and we're just so introspective. And for a lot of us, most of the job is just about storytelling. So the other part of it, which is, I think there is a level of like vanity you have to be comfortable with in order to watch yourself and not cringe.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of introverts have a really hard time with that because it's like, I don't want to stare at myself. I don't want to watch myself. I don't want to hear my voice. But that is a big part of the craft because that's how you tell where your work is. Is it landing with what you think you delivered or what you think your performance was? And so that part of the job, I think, is always a bit of a hump. And then, of course, you watch yourself a couple times. You get used to it. And then you can be like, all right, ego down.
Yeah.
What landed, what worked, what do I need to work on? But that initial exposure to my face on a huge screen is always something that I have to be like, oh God.
Yeah, so you do watch yourself.
I do. I mean, we have to watch ourselves in ADR. So in post-production, we'll go into a sound studio and we'll do, I think it's called automated dialogue replacement.
Oh, right, okay.
Where you go in and if
That's what ADR stands for?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
So we go into a sound studio and they'll play the episode back. And if on the day when we were filming, if audio ever got interrupted or anything like that, we'll re-record our lines and try to match the delivery of the performance on the day. And so that for a lot of actors is the very first time you'll see, okay, what was the final cut? What did the performance actually look like? So I think for most actors going into ADR, we're like, all right, I'm going to see myself today. And I'm going to see the episode or the work as it was filmed and as it's going to be used. And that I think we usually have to like mentally prepare ourselves for. It's not actually when it airs. By the time it airs, we've already seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, ADR is always a bit of a
ADR,
a thing for me.
And then you always like you're watching the shot and they're like, okay, you down? And you're like, no. Because like I'm still watching the shot. I don't even know the line I'm supposed to put in now, right?
No, because it trips you up, right? Because you're, like you were saying, like ego down. It takes a couple watches probably to get the ego down.
For sure.
And so you're still in that zone and they're like, okay, well, performance on.
Yeah, and I think me and you have had this convo before. Like, we love the acting part, but it's everything else after that I could kind of do without. Like, when we're at premieres, we go and we have a great time.
Yeah.
But I can almost see it in your face and you can see it in mine. We're both kind of like, okay.
Sunny and I will be like, we'll be the ones that are like sort of hiding in the corner. And then Suzanne, the PR lady, will come and find us and she'll be like, we need you for an interview. We'll be like, okay, time
Like,
to
are
go.
you sure? Because like someone else can go.
Yeah. I think that's the part of the job that I know it's like Sunny's the same kind of introvert. So we're both like, we love the storytelling part of it. But then I think we forget that there's this other side where it's like, promotion.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get out there. And it's like,
I know.
I struggle with that.
Well, that's why I think they make us go together. 'Cause
They
even
do?
this year, they're like, okay, we're doing interviews. And they're like, yo, Sugenja and Sunny are going together.
Get hold of each
That's
other's
okay.
hands.
That's literally what I was told too. I was like, like Chaps was like, no, they're going to be so great together. And I'm like, yeah sure, I'm down.
Yeah, he's my comfort blanket.
Yeah, you can't get one of them. You have to get them both.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Even on set, when someone's like, oh, you're acting with Sugenja today, like when I know I'm going in with her, I get all excited.
Yeah.
It's like the funnest time is acting with her.
Yeah, I think between Sunny and I mean, the first time I saw him was season 1, was the first time I met him on that first scene that we filmed where his character Sunny is coming into the basement and it's me, Jasmeet, and Ahmed. We're supposed to be like playing friends that have known each other for years. And one of the writers came up to me and she was like, okay, so they actually have a friendship, Ahmed and Jasmeet. And she's like, they've been friends for decades, actually. So you got to give the same vibes that you've known them for decades as well. And that was like my first time meeting them together. Yeah. It's like jump right in.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's where I had to like lean on craft and be like, all right, so this is how I simulate that relationship. And then Sunny comes in. I'm like, who is this guy? He's so loud. He's so obnoxious. And I was like, I didn't know if I was going to like him because his character is so loud. And
and I'm like that in real life too.
But it comes from such a good place that I think, and I never would have been like, oh yeah, him and I, we're going to be actual friends in real life. But we are friends in real life. And I think it's just like one of those things where it's like, we're so opposite, but so the same. That now when I have scenes with him, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm just like, like our friendship is actually there that we can use that to inform. Yeah,
like I know we're going to land it. Like I've never read a scene where you're in it and going, okay, how do I land this? You and Jasmeet, I know that I'm going to land it with.
Yeah.
So how much of your guys' like scenes together do you guys improvise? Do you guys improvise at
all the time?
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. Jasmeet gives us a lot of space to improv. We'll get our sides or the lines, a week before?
Yeah.
Yeah, a week before, and then sometimes on the day when we're filming, the writers will be like, oh, we tweaked this, or we tweaked that, but for the most part, it's the same.
Yeah.
But you never know how a scene is going to land until you actually get in front of the camera and you're there with your scene partner, you're there in the environment, and sometimes it doesn't feel right. It feels, Jasmeet specifically doesn't like when lines sound very dialogue-y. Like if he's like, it sounds like somebody wrote this, and it doesn't feel organic to the moment or the character, he'll watch a few takes and then he gives us a lot of freedom. I will say he gives his actors a lot of freedom and he really trusts us.
Yeah.
That there have been times that I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Like this doesn't feel, and he'll be like, okay, then screw it. And I'll be like, what do you mean? And he'll be like, just do and say what you think is more appropriate for the moment. And then that's when we'll just like completely open up, riff off of each other and like trust the work and what we've built over these 3 seasons to create an organic moment. And then I think that's when in ADR and in post, I feel the best when I'm like, I improv'd that. We improv that. We came up with that as the actors on the day, and it made it to the final cut. Because I think Jasmeet genuinely trusts and respects us.
Yeah.
That even when we're improving, it's not like, oh, we're just like trying to loosen up. Or, none of this is going to get used. It can get used if it's true and honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a moment where it was like you couldn't stop laughing? Like you guys couldn't keep a straight face? Because I'm thinking about the both of you, and I'm like, I can see that happening.
I'm always so afraid of ruining a take.
Yeah.
That I think in moments, I think specifically with Ahmed, because he is a comedian.
Yeah.
He's so good with improv and in those moments where he just like fills in, I guess, dead space or goes off on whatever he feels like is appropriate. Those are the moments where I'm like, if I laugh though, they're not going to be able to use this. It is so good. So I'll just try to hold it back as much as possible. But it is hard. I don't think I've broken in a moment where I'm like, oh yeah, that was good improv, just for the sake of the take, but it's really hard sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think I have either, but there's times when I've been close.
Me too.
There's times when I'm watching a scene where I'm not even in it, and I'm watching it on the monitor, and I'm like dying. Like this year when he smacked Atwal Uncle's butt.
Stupid.
That's not scripted.
That was improv.
Who was that?
That was improv.
Are you kidding me? Atwal Uncle wouldn't let no one smack his butt.
Yeah, that was improv, and that was like on his first take when he first did that. I think everybody was like, and then we were all like, don't laugh.
Multiple takes of the slap.
Yeah.
Because after that, it just means like, do that.
Just keep
do that
doing
smack.
it.
And then Uncle was like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I remember when he did it, I was standing by the door because we were supposed to act like we're leaving, and I was just like, what They just do.
Yeah.
You're so scared of Akmal Uncle, right?
Yeah, but he's the nicest guy. I just he I don't know what it is.
He has that like
Dad energy.
dad energy, that like brown uncle where it's like
Yeah.
he seems so stern and so stoic. You don't know
Yeah.
what's okay and what's not okay. So even when I see him, I'm just like, "Hi, uncle," but like,
Yeah.
like
He can see right through you.
Yeah.
I sit down, he's like, I know this guy acts like he's happy, he's sad.
But to be honest, let's be real. He's probably just thinking about like Ja.
Yeah. Like he's not concerned with me on set, but
he's like,
I'm
what am I
like,
gonna have for lunch?
when he's there, I behave.
Yeah.
So if you ask him how I am on set, he's probably like, oh, he's great on set because I'm always well behaved around him. I'm always scared of doing something around him.
Yeah.
That's why it's even funnier to me when Ahmed does these things to him because I'm like, how is he?
Yeah, you can't be that way around the elders.
That guy just smacked his ass.
Yeah,
The elders.
That's what I like have in my head. I mean, for season 1, I think I had a scene with where Chippy was like swearing.
Yeah.
In front of him, and I was like, "You can't swear in front of the elders." And I'm like, Chippy doesn't care about that stuff, so like I had to like get over that for myself. So yeah, I don't know how they'd feel about me calling them elders though.
Well, they're not spring chickens.
No. I like that it's so authentic because it's like in real life, that's how it would be. The elders and the young kids are separate. And then like there's always that like you code switch when the elders are around.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Sit up straight.
Yeah, you sit up straight, right?
Yeah.
And you change the way that you like talk or act or whatever. But everything on like from what I hear about on set just seems so authentic, and like you can tell there's so much passion and intention and love with everything that's being made. And it's like everyone is in on it too.
Yeah.
Right. And I really love seeing that. And I feel like that also resonates in terms of like the show itself. The show itself is also, I feel like, so huge. It's tackling all these topics. I look at them and I'm like, wow, I've never had somebody put this into words.
Yeah.
And seen it on a screen. How has the reception been for Late Bloomer? How has audience been impacted by the show?
I've seen it. Like after the first season, you'd get recognized in certain spots of the city where you expect the people to be watching Late Bloomer. It's like Brampton, Mississauga, certain pockets of downtown. And then season 2 was like a lot more people were watching it. And this year it seems like everyone's watching. Like I get messages every day from people like saying, oh man, and then a lot of people that I know, because I don't force my friends to watch it just because.
That sucks.
I don't care
That's
about
not
them.
true.
Imagine
Like I don't care about my friends. So I don't care whether they watch it or not. Yeah. Like I don't care whether they watch it or not, but a lot of them started watching it and they've like caught up quick because it's half-hour episodes or whatever, right? And they're all like, man, you didn't say it was this dope or whatever. And I'm like, well, I didn't want to have to convince you to watch something I'm in, jackass. But anyways, it's like I feel it this year a lot more. And I have friends that have been in shows, and for some reason, a couple of the friends had said the same thing. They were in shows that went on for 5-6 seasons, and they're like, it's season 3 is when people start coming along because they're like, oh, they're in season 3 now? We better catch up and start watching this. So I see it a lot more. And like I said, like the DMs are full.
I felt that way when I was watching the first 2 episodes of season 3. I feel like before you could see so much of the inspiration, right? You see like Atlanta or like whatever else inspiration there might be, right? But in season 3, I felt like I started really seeing Late Bloomer as a brand in itself, or just having its own unique, just like brand.
Yeah.
A big part of it is having more than one identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? The whole premise of Late Bloomer is that, you're trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
And I think when you have multiple layers to what that is or who that is, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, like 7 years old, and your teacher asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or like, that's like a class project. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up always thinking it was so insane that we were expected to know what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives when we were 18, go to school for that for 4 or 5 years or whatever, and then be that thing for the rest of your life. But that was a decision you made when you were 18. And so, I mean, that's just like a snapshot of it. But really, Late Bloomer is looking at the identities of being, first generation Canadian, being Tamil, being Punjabi, and then being an artist in a community that doesn't always feel like that's, an empowered, or a community that doesn't always feel like it's empowering that life path. And so it's like, we do have, I think a lot of people are more than one thing. And at the end of the day, that is what the heart of the show is.
Yeah, I feel like that was something.
That was very well put.
No, that was really well put.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
But I feel like
that's why they send her with me. They're like, you're going to go there and talk nonsense. We need some intelligence.
Yeah, they're like, the last episode you did with Brub was just all nonsense.
I talked about the fart Olympics on the last podcast.
I didn't even know this was
Oh my
a
God,
thing.
the last one was really funny with the hamburger. So far, season 3 has been so good. I just watched the episode that aired last night.
That was a good one, eh?
Oh my God, that was so good. I mean, I'm going to spoil it. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch it, the 3rd episode, because I want to talk about this and I'm going to talk about it. Jazzy B.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
missed him on
God.
set. I was so pissed. I wasn't there that day.
Wait, you weren't?
No, I was told that he's going to be on set. Like, I think Ricky told me.
I swear I saw a scene that you were in with him, like in the background, not talking to him, but
No, that was. There's another guy that was part of that that episode that looked a lot like me. The director guy.
your
Lucky.
stunt double.
Yeah.
My
I can
body
see it.
double.
Oh my God. I remember I heard his voice and I'm like, I know that voice. Because they don't show his face till the end, right? So it's just the back of him. I heard his voice. I'm like, I know that voice. I know that voice. And I'm like, no way. No fucking way.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the end and he does his monologue. And I'm like, I teared up in his monologue because I feel like Jazzy B is so big for all of us. I don't know if you feel the same way, Sugenja.
Yeah, no.
We grew up with him. He, I feel like, was one of the first major representations for both identities.
The Canadian in brown.
And Canadian and Punjabi, right? At the time that he was doing what he was doing, everyone, all the elders, all of the people that wanted to protect the culture, they didn't like what he was doing.
Back.
Yeah, they're like, frosted tips, like, what is this? Like, why is he dressed like this?
Yo,
Why does
he always
talk
had
like this?
style. He still has style, but I mean, like, he's always had it.
It wasn't a phase.
He came out, I'm going to age myself here, but he came out when I was in high school. So I was like in grade 9 or 10 when Jazzy B first started hitting. And I remember it was like a big deal because as a brown person at that point, the songs we had were what our parents listened to. And then all of a sudden there was like a 2-3 year period where you started getting Bali Sagoo, Apache Indian, Jazzy B. And it's like, wow, we can play the songs that we listen to in front of our friends that aren't brown and not feel embarrassed because they have like reggae beats and they have like hip hop in them and everything. And then it was like this crossover thing. And you're right, the parents didn't get it.
Yeah.
Because I remember going to hall parties and like the kids would tell the DJ to play this. Yeah. And the parents would be like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up listening to him. So for me, a lot of these artists that I think are so big in like the Punjabi community, as you know, as someone who's not a part of the Punjabi community, I see the reception for people on set to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how I was when I first met Jasmeet. Because I grew up watching his videos. I was like, meeting him, I mean, I think the first time I technically met him was on a Zoom callback. And I had to be like, okay, this is work. But I'm also meeting someone that I grew up watching. So it's like, it's interesting to be on the other side and to watch people see, you know, artists and people that they've grown up watching. Even like at Wall Uncle. Was like, you know, we're supposed to say, I don't know.
I call him Uncle every time I see him.
No, but I feel like his monologue made me tear up because it was just one of those moments where he said, he's like, you live in both worlds. And that's very much my experience. And I feel like a lot of our experiences, we live in both worlds. And so having him there was just insane.
Yeah, I didn't find out till the next day.
And then the yellow Hummer or whatever. That's so Jazzy B.
I know. When I saw that car. And DJs used to get beaten up in those days. It wasn't like all fun and games.
What, by the parents?
Yeah, man. My uncles beat up a couple of DJs one time.
When
you never had that?
No.
No. Tamils don't just go.
I'm like just brushing over that. I'm like, yeah, that's normal.
You've never, okay, wait. You've never been to hall, it doesn't happen anymore.
No.
But you've never been to hall parties where like just all hell breaks loose?
No.
Dude, fighting is just so normal. Like
Really?
the uncles get drunk and
uncles get drunk. That's
and
like
then they fight.
I've been to a couple of hall parties where my uncles have like decided it's time to throw down.
Yeah.
The uncles definitely do get drunk. That's like a thing.
Yeah, but they don't fight?
They don't fight.
Wow.
They don't fight. Not at the...
This generation doesn't now, because I'm the uncle now.
Yeah.
So like when me and my friends go, it's,
Well, I mean, I don't know.
it's mostly the wives drinking and the dudes are trying to get them to go home now.
That's not my experience yet, but hopefully I'll get there soon.
In terms of...
Like drinking?
In terms of the drinking, you guys.
No, in terms of like the dynamics. Yeah, I'm still at the uncles are fighting when they get drunk.
Oh yeah, because you're younger.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I'm the uncle, and me and my friends don't fight. But now it's more of, hey, how do we get our wives to leave on time because they're drinking too much? I'm not married, but I've seen some of my friends have to like drag their wives
She's
at
like,
a hall party. Yeah, straight up. I was like, yo, when did this switch up happen?
There's a song where the lyric is, "Oh, here, take the keys to the car because I'm gonna get drunk," and usually he says it to his wife.
Oh,
and I'm like, now the roles have reversed. And
Oh,
she's
that's
like, "Here,
awesome.
take the keys to the car."
But it's like those songs were so like accepted by us.
Yeah.
But now when you actually listen to the lyrics, it's like, this is such a terrible thing. Like he's basically telling her they show up at a party and he's tossing her the keys and saying, yo, you better get ready to drive because I'm about to get crunk.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's another one, Puchena ka schedule, which means don't ask me what I'm up to.
Yeah.
But I drink on a regular.
That was my ex's anthem.
Oh my God.
Let me guess, it was a
kidding. That was
great relationship.
Someone sat down, wrote this in lyrics, recorded it, and it became a song that everybody sang.
I mean, it's a
crazy.
great song. If you hear it, you're gonna like it. It's just the message is not there.
Yeah, like he's like, don't ask me shit. I drink a lot.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's saying. And then the funniest part is it will come on in a hall and the husband's dancing with his wife and he's doing the lyrics and the wife's just all happy beside him. Like, yeah, don't ask you.
That's like a lot of popular songs though.
Yeah.
You know, like even, a lot of popular songs, even like English songs and things like that. You listen to lyrics for some of these songs and you're like,
excuse me.
Yeah, you like have like a boyfriend dancing with his girlfriend till I'm in love with a stripper and it's like, oh, I hope you're not referring to her.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I get it. I get that part of the thing.
But I know that you briefly spoke about this in an interview that you did where you talked about how, you know, arts isn't really a new thing for South Asian culture, right? We have so much culture and heritage that's based on arts, but there's just stigma around pursuing a career in our community. The premise for why I started Jugni as well was because Jugni means female firefly. And in like Sufi Punjabi poetry, it's just like it's used as this literary device of this like feminine energy that's just wandering.
Yes.
And just trying to like figure out where they're going to land. And that's how I felt. Like I very much felt like I work in tech, but I'm a creative person. And my mom's always like, why are you wasting your time on all this creative stuff? Like this takes money, this takes energy, this takes effort. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel pulled towards it. And I feel like I want to do it. And I know that you did a biology and psychology degree. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're smart. I forget.
That doesn't
No,
always...
I know you're smart because you're smart, but I forget that you're like book smart too.
How did you go from that to acting? Was it like you always knew that you were just going to do the degree to be like, I'm going to check this off for my parents and then go into acting? Or was it that you actually possibly thought about a career in health or science?
No, I never thought about a career in health. I was literally just following the pipeline.
Oh, so you were just a checkbox.
I don't know that I consciously thought of it as a checkbox. Yeah. I think I'm just like, you know, you're just a kid and everyone tells you you can be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer.
Yeah.
And that's the path for a successful life. But I don't think that we always equate success with happiness or fulfillment. And I think I got to a point in life where I was like, okay, I'm following this pipeline. I'm doing everything that they told me to do and I'm doing it well.
Yeah.
But it's taking a lot of energy. And I don't know if it's energy because I feel like I want to do it or because I'm just trying to make myself feel better about doing it. And I was overexerting myself to try to compensate for the fact that I wasn't happy and I wasn't fulfilled. So at some point around first year university, I just remember looking around and being like, this can't be it. This can't be it.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't. I don't know that everybody in this room is happy in terms of like the lecture that I was in, but I'm like, I'm not. And I don't want to live this version of reality. But if I complete this and I live out the rest of the chapters that are lined up here, I get nothing from this. I did the degrees and I left. And then at the same time, I was taking classes at a studio in Toronto for acting. I was kind of like dipping my toes in the pool. Whenever I had a light semester, I'd run to Toronto and I'd take acting classes. And then I'd go back to university.
You went to McMaster, right? In Hamilton?
I went to Mac, yeah.
Oh my God, son, that is not a run back. That is a drive.
It is a drive, but you know what? It kind of felt like refueling my engines. I on a spiritual level,
Yeah.
when I would go to acting classes. And then that would give me the momentum and the energy to get through that semester or whatever have you. And then, I finished my degrees, and I just remember sitting there being like, I have no intention of using any of these.
Yeah.
I have no intention of using them. And I literally I hung them up on a wall, and I was like, I'm not going to go work in a lab somewhere. I'm not going to go to some professional school. I don't care. And I'm really grateful to my parents because I told them what I wanted to do, and I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I knew that I was going to try. And they let me stay at home with them, which is like not new for the South Asian community. That's part of it. But I think also growing up first generation Canadian, you have this idea of like, after you go to university, you're out in the world and you have to like, start your life. But I was like, I can't do this path. I got to start back.
I got to reroute.
I got to reroute. And
Good
it
for
took some time. I went back home. I lived with my parents, and I just like felt like I just felt so lost. I felt so lost because I graduated university and I was back at home with my parents, and I had no career goals or anything. I was working at the mall for like, I'm not going to say how much because Bramley.
Oh,
I was working at the body shop in Branley.
Oh, I know where that is.
And
So wait, at this point you lived in Brampton?
I was in Brampton, yeah.
Okay, so you guys moved from Scarborough to Brampton.
We went to, I grew up in Brampton, but I was born in Scarborough, stayed there for a bit, and then moved to Brampton. But I went back home and I was working at the body shop, and that was like such an ego check for me because there were kids from my high school that would come through, and like these were kids that I would help with their homework, or like kids that like I graduated as my high school valedictorian. Wow. So I was the kid that everybody was like, she's gonna do stuff.
Most likely to.
Yeah. And so like I was back at the body shop being like, it's 2 for 1 body butters today. You know what I mean? I'd be like you want to try a new like hand sanitizer? Or,
your bully walks in, you're like, you've always needed lotion. Here, this one here.
So it's like an ego check for me to be like, I did not end up where I thought I was going to be. And I had to be really patient with myself and just like remind myself why I was doing it. I continued to take acting classes. And then that led to, I think because I was doing it with my whole heart, everything else fell into place. Yeah. I was working hard and I didn't know what was going to come, but my agent came to me. My first few auditions were really great. My first audition ever in the industry was for X-Men.
Amazing.
And I was like, and I was like, like you'd go to these auditions and do these big scenes and then go back and work at the body shop and then do it all again. And it was like everything just sort of fell into place slowly over time. And even now, like I'm working on my career, but I'm doing it with my whole heart, that I find the stuff that comes to me is aligned with what I want for my life because I'm more clear with that now. There's not that, that contradiction between what I'm doing and what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a level of maturity that you have to get to, and I'm surprised because you said you did it like post grad. Like I feel like you were so mature because it took me a long time.
Yeah,
to get
I was
to that
gonna say it
point.
took me like 15 years after graduating
that
to finally admit that this sucked.
Yeah,
like that took like 15 years.
Yeah.
One time I was watching last summer. I was sitting with my friend at UFT because we just walk around UFT sometimes. It's really nice, the campus, and we're sitting on a bench and it was grad time. So people are coming and taking their pictures and convocation happening. And my friend's like, this is so cute, man. This is so sweet. And people have their parents. And I'm like, it's over for all these guys. Like, what do you mean? I go, this is their last day of not having to do shit in their whole entire life. Because tomorrow morning they're going to wake up and their parents are going to be like, okay, so when's you getting a job?
Yeah.
What the fuck's
like,
going on?
Are you getting a job or are you getting married? Which one is it?
And they're all like so happy. And I'm like, don't be happy, guys. It's all downhill from here. I've done it.
But you know what? That's the thing. For some people, that's the start of the dream. Even for my sister, my older sister is a doctor. And I remember I followed a lot of her path and I was miserable. But she wasn't.
Yeah.
She loved every second of it. And even now, it's like she has an exam every week.
Yeah.
For her, all of that was amazing. And it's so fulfilling and she loves her job. But for me, it was the opposite. So I think there are people that genuinely love the quote unquote conventional path or academia.
Yeah.
Like for them, that's their purpose.
Yeah.
But I think the issue comes in when people who are inherently artistic or creative and have that as their life path listen to outside forces and feel like you have to squeeze yourself into this peg of like, I have to have a job that's going to have a solid 9 to 5 every day, or it's going to have a guaranteed paycheck. I mean, don't get me wrong. Those things are necessary. You need to know how you're going to survive. Yeah, it's important. But I think right now there's just a recorrection that I think people are going through where they're like, you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
You can do it the other way too. And if
Yeah.
you're good at it and you do it with your whole heart and you have discipline, you can make it work.
Yeah, and you can even take a pay cut. Like a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the stuff they buy, you don't need.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, like people just be buying stuff, including me.
Yeah.
But like you don't need any of it.
No.
And like with acting, like we're lucky that you can make a lot of money doing it. But I mean, sometimes in between checks is kind of tough. Like
it's tight.
Yeah, you gotta take.
When we shooting season 4 again, guys?
Did we get renewed?
Yeah.
Vietnam kind of cleaned me out. It was a little more expensive.
Vietnam cleaned you out.
Yeah, it's like you went on a world trip. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No, because I feel like you need to have a really strong sense of self to know that. And so that's why I'm surprised that you felt that so strongly at such a young age, because it took me such a long time to get there. And there was this level of maturity where, and I don't blame my parents, right? Because their whole world was survival, right? So for them, it was just like stability and comfort. Those are the two things you want to go for, right? So you just want to make sure you're secure and that you're safe and that you're comfortable. And I followed that path and I was miserable. I was so miserable.
Yeah.
And I decided to pursue the creative path, which was honestly so much harder for me.
Yeah.
But it was so much more fulfilling. And I didn't realize how much like energy you get from doing things that are aligned with you. I'm like, oh, is this how other people feel that like their jobs?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you're tired, but you're happy. I PA'd on a short film set last summer because I was just like, I just want to understand what like the world looks like. And PAing is not for the weak. Like it is hard work. It was such a long day. It was like more than like, it was a 14-hour day.
Yeah, 7 to like 9 at night.
6 a.m. to like 11 or midnight. Like that was my day.
Wow.
And I came home and I was so tired, but I was so happy.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I fell asleep so nicely. Like I wasn't worried. I wasn't ruminating on anything like I usually do. So there's just like this level of maturity to understand that like happiness doesn't always come from stability and comfort. That's what you're taught, but you do have to go inside and figure out what you find and what energizes you.
I think when I was working, I loved my job. I loved working for the people. It was a place called Olive in Brampton. Great family-owned company. Just beautiful people all around. So I loved my job. And even then, after a long day of work, sometimes you'd be like, oh, man. And acting, I could be on set for 10, 12, 11 hours and be driving home and be thinking, man, that was so cool. That was cool. That was cool. I wonder what they're going to do with this. I wonder how they're going to cut that. And then I get home and I'd get home from work 8 hours and be dead tired. I'd get home after 12 hours from set and I'm telling my buddy all the stories. Oh, today this happened. Today that happened. They're doing that. And then I'm like, I don't clock watch when I'm there.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter to me how long we've been there.
Yeah.
Like some days do get long though. Yeah, like you said, like it's like this is how people feel that like what they're doing.
Yeah, literally. I mean, so because you both have been there, if there was a kid listening right now that was like in university, sitting in their lecture hall, feeling miserable, feeling like they don't want to do this, and then feeling like being ashamed of moving back in with your parents, like what would you say?
I would say that little voice, I think everyone has that little voice that tells you where you want to be is just as valid as the outside voices that are telling you what you should be. And it's up to you to decide if that little voice is going to put you on your path or if you're going to spend the rest of your life making it quiet.
Yeah.
See, sometimes I forget Sugenja's poetic.
And
then she reminds me. Then she'll like remind me.
I spent so much of my life pushing that voice down and I put a lot of force on it. Like I was the kid that was like, my friends used to make fun of me in high school because I would bring home every single one of my textbooks, my bio, my chem, my calc, everything.
You're so
they called me Turtle because I'd be hunched over, bringing home every single textbook to relearn everything at home and get those 90s.
Yeah.
And took all those tough subjects and did the announcements, was in student council. Like I pushed hard on that voice. Yeah. Because I was like, I can't. Acting? No, you can't do acting. What's that? And I think, you know, like information wasn't as accessible as like it is now. So I'm like, how do you even do that? What's an agent? How do you get one?
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I was like, I can't ignore the voice anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's so costly.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I'm the one that has to live this life. Yeah. So when I get to 80 or 90 and I look back, am I going to be happy with it or am I going to be exhausted?
Yeah.
So that was a choice that I made for myself. I followed that voice, and it led me to a beautiful life, but it wasn't an easy path. There were a lot of times where I looked around and I was like, there's no one in front of me. I don't know what I'm doing. It's 12 p.m. on a Wednesday and I have nowhere to be. All my friends are at work. I don't know what to do. And I think that's how I knew that was my path, because no one else was in front of me. And it's really scary. Yeah. It's terrifying. And there's other voices too, the ones that self-judgment, criticism, fear of failure, all of that. Yeah. But you just got to trust that other one, because it'll help you figure out your way. And then when you get to where you're going, you'll have moments where you're like, fuck, I'm here. Yeah. You get to it and you're just like, of course. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. But you forget how scary it was when you were making your way to that point.
And you even forget that you've gotten somewhere, because like our community, like you said, we're bad at supporting people that want to go into the arts, like parents, saying, no, comfort. But once you get successful at it,
and then everyone's kid. And then everybody wants to ask you.
Your aunts, your uncles, everyone loves you.
That's the thing. I was keeping acting on the low. Yeah. When I first started, like I was in some pretty good projects. Like I had
you were Handmaid till.
I was like I was on a good run, but I'm like, don't tell anyone, because I don't know. And then LateBloomer came out. And it just like spread everywhere. And then all of a sudden, all my aunts and uncles were like talking to my parents, being like, oh, is she on TV? Oh, is she on a show? Is she acting? Wow. And now I go to the family hall parties and they're all asking me about acting. And I'm like, I don't know.
That's like people that want to take pictures with you.
They're also excited to talk about it. But it's like when you're successful, it's not a thing. But when you're making your way there, it's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, you're dumb. Why would you do this?
Yeah,
right?
I know. It's a lonely road and you have to really hush those other voices and like trust that gut instinct.
Yeah. Well, someone told me one time, because I'm the king at being in the wrong place and just chilling there. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like I'll know I'm in the wrong place in life and I'll just like spend 10 years there. Oh. And then just be like, oh shit, yeah. It's time to leave. Like 4 years ago, if I look at my life, like I'm actually way happier now. And I was in a wrong situation, but I just stayed way too long. Yeah. And then now with acting, it's like I feel like I'm in the right situation. I'm finally where I want to be, but I'm not pursuing it as hard as I should either.
But that's okay. Like I have no judgment, because it's so easy to just be like, okay, maybe this will work. Yeah. Maybe this will work, and then the next thing you know, it's like 5-10 years down the road, and you're like, oh, it didn't actually work.
Yeah. But then it just needs to work once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it works.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Someone once told me, they go, if you walked into the wrong room, wouldn't you just leave? Or would you stay there? And I'm like, it depends on the room and what's going on in the room.
Stay.
Yeah, I'd probably end up staying. But after I heard that, I was kind of like, yo, that's such a basic thing to say, really, but it's so true. Yeah. And then now I kind of remove myself from situations really fast. So I'd say to someone who's sitting in school and wondering what they should be doing, when someone asks you, hey, should I do A or B? They, deep down in their head, they already know what they want to do. They're just looking for you to, someone else to validate it. But you always know. When you're asking for advice or even when you're confused, you know what you want to do. Yeah. So just, you know what? Do what you want to do. Yeah. You get to live once. I mean, some people say 7 times, right? Or is it Saat Janam, is it?
Well, it depends. What faith are we talking?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Which religion? I am half Hindu, so I get 3.5 lives. So,
is that what it says?
No, Hinduism? I just made that up because I'm half. Hinduism 7.
Oh, see, like that's what I mean.
So I'm half, so I get 3.5.
I think that's just marriage.
7 marriages?
No, 7 lives. You're married.
Oh, so you got to be married to the same girl for 7 lives?
Well, I think you find each other in 7 lives. That's why you go around the thing 7 times.
Really?
That's my understanding. What's your background? Are you Hindu?
So I am Hindu, but then again, we're like the first generation. So my dad really wanted us to grow up with structure. Yeah. And the thing with Hinduism, specifically Tamil Hinduism, is that when you go to the temples, the priests are all speaking Sanskrit. So nobody knows what they're saying. Nobody knows what they're talking about, why we're doing anything. Because nobody speaks Sanskrit anymore. It's the oldest language in the world. It's technically extinct. Yeah. And so my dad wanted us to go to an institution that we would be able to understand. So every Sunday we would go to church, Catholic church. My mom was also raised Catholic by her grandmother in Sri Lanka. So we grew up going to church and then also the temple when there was like an auspicious day. I know a lot about Christianity and Catholicism, Christian mysticism, because that's what I grew up going. And I went to high school at a Catholic high school. So like I'm very familiar with that faith.
Yeah.
I think I resonate more with Hinduism and spirituality. But the thing is, like, I still have that language and cultural barrier where I'm like, I don't really know what this goddess does. I don't know why we're circling, you know, these goddesses with the oil lamps 3 times.
Yeah.
I definitely want to learn about it, but...
And
so,
your
like, you
parents
guys talk about
don't
it.
know either. Because I ask my mom sometimes, she's like, I don't know. And I'm
My
like,
parents don't know either. And it's like,
Yeah.
why did we do this? And my parents are like, oh, it's because that's what they say you have to do. Who's they?
Yeah.
Who's they?
And you know why they were like this? Because they were too scared to ask their
They were
parents.
too
Because their
scared.
parents would smack them and tell them to sit down.
Yeah.
So now we've
We have to
basically
learn
stunted the growth of our religion and our culture because we don't want to ask each other's questions.
Nobody knows, but we all do it because that's what they said. So now we have to retroactively go back and learn everything so we can pass it on.
Yeah.
Also, being with the same person for 7 lifetimes is that doesn't sound fun.
Well, if it's the right person.
No, still doesn't sound fun. I say at lifetime 3, you're kind of like, yeah, I want to
Try something new.
maybe try someone else.
You
Like,
don't know at lifetime 3. You don't know in any of the lifetimes.
well, I don't know this.
Unless you're like really woke. In Sikhi specifically, there's no, and I think in Hinduism as well, there's no heaven or hell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so basically,
Really?
well, because you just come back as something else until you get it. Basically, you keep coming back on Earth and being reincarnated as something else, like a spider or a dog or
Dog
a
would be
really
cool.
poor person or whatever, and you're like living out your karma until you merge, and it's done. You're ready. You're ready to merge with.
Then what happens after the merger?
Then you become one with God.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be merging anytime soon.
He's on number 1. He's on lifetime number 1. He's got
No, I
a
don't
few
know
practice
me. I'm
rounds
probably on
left.
number 108, but it's
Yeah,
like
they're
there's
like,
still
this
another
guy's not
1,000
getting
left.
it.
It's like
Run him through again.
God's
He needs
probably-
to do the program
God's like
again.
sitting out there going, I don't know what else to do with this guy.
I made him a dog in India, and he still doesn't.
He didn't get it. He's been a snake. He's been a priest. He's been a spider. Run him back through the program.
I learned lessons very hard. But you know what it is? Half the time, I don't figure out that something's a lesson.
Until you look back on it?
No, my
never.
friends have to point it out to me, but I have really like intelligent friends. And that's why I keep them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've curated my friend list. I told them today too. Yeah. One of my friends, I'm like, you guys haven't figured this out. She's like, what do you mean? I'm curating my friends. There's a mental health therapist in there.
Yeah.
There's a doctor in there.
Yeah.
Like a pharmacist, but I'm gonna say doctor.
Yeah.
There's teachers in there. There's a lawyer. So it's like anything I need as I'm getting older, I have in my friend group. I'm like selecting. So like now when someone says I do something, I'm like, well, what do you do for work?
Yeah.
Currently I'm looking for...
What friend are you looking for?
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone who can do injectables, like, you know, Botox and stuff.
You don't need Botox.
No, I've gotten my under eyes filled.
Have you?
Once.
Yeah, Sunny's on a glow up journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard about. I didn't know about the.
I got
filler.
these done like a year ago.
You know what the crazy thing is? I never would have even noticed.
Yeah, because it's not. It's gone
He
now.
didn't need it.
It's gone now because it lasts for a
that
year.
Could go either way. I never noticed. It didn't work.
You know, it lasts for a year and then it goes away. So it's gone away now. And then
No, but you look great. You don't need this.
You do
Thanks.
look great. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people, I don't know. Some people though, I've seen some faces, bro, and try.
Oh
Like
my
I'm just
God.
saying. I'm just saying. Please, guys,
Not naming names.
Don't. I ain't gonna name no names, but don't do it, man. I seen some puffy faces. It looks like they went like 4 rounds with Mike Tyson.
You mean Jus Reign's little Amrinder Gill one?
Oh yeah, but that's obviously makeup. But I'm saying there's people that I walk by in the streets and I'm like, you have no friends. Because a real friend would have sat your ass down and said, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah. You can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped.
Yeah, but they gotta sell this like a dissolver thing where somebody walks by that looks like that. You like throw, I was gonna say like an acid attack victim, but that's terrible. But you throw the balloon at them and it dissolves the filler.
Yeah.
They need to like give normal people that
The
power.
opportunity to...
I had someone walk in a restaurant one time and I didn't feel like eating anymore.
Let's talk about your glow up journey.
Oh my God,
Because you
okay.
have been on a glow up journey. And
I have?
Yeah, and it's like season 1 to season 3.
I've lost weight.
Yeah.
But then also when season 1 started, I was probably the most unhappy I've been in my life up to date.
Which is
Season 1?
wild.
Yeah, when we started filming season 1, I was literally like just after a breakup, like a marriage breakup. And
Divorce.
It was
I know the lore.
Yeah, it was a terrible situation.
Marriage breakup.
Yeah, it was a terrible situation. I was depressed. I was eating I would eat a full pizza to myself.
Yeah.
So I had gotten up to like 215 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
220 almost.
Yeah.
So when I auditioned at 220.
Yeah.
And then I got the role. So I just went in like, okay, I'm going to stay this way. I'll delay the working out because I was thinking I was going to get my health back.
Yeah.
And then after the season ended, I was like, okay, now what do I do? Because I'm not 215 usually. So then I slowly started working out, and then I just started doing it more and more and more. There was some GLP-1s involved, maybe allegedly.
I didn't know that.
We're going with that. I didn't know if he was going to say it. I was like, is he going to say it?
I didn't know
allegedly. I used to help, a little bit of help, just like a little for 3-4 months, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
But it's more to do with right now, I think is the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah. And you look great.
I think that's what shows.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I got myself out of a bad situation that I should have gotten out of a long time before that. And then progressively, and it's not just here in general, people that hang out with me are like, bro, you're way, you're the guy you were 10 years ago.
Mm.
The way you act and the way you talk. And I'm down to do stuff now. I travel. I'm not scared. I used to be scared of flying for some reason, but I'm not scared of that anymore.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was scared of flying until I watched the video that a pilot makes about all the different things that need to go wrong in an airplane and all the fail safe. So that helped. But you know what helped a lot? People think this is ridiculous. You know that show Mayday, where the whole hour they talk about an airplane crash?
No.
And they dissect it.
No.
And they actually play the cockpit recordings and they do the recreation. Everyone's like, how can you watch that if you're scared of flying? If you're scared of flying, watch Mayday, because you will see the amount of things that need to go wrong for a plane to crash. It's ridiculous. So if your plane crashes, hey, that's just bad luck, and you probably did something in a previous life.
Wow. Yeah. The karma.
Yeah. And I came back to get you.
I feel like it's really funny because it's also when we're watching from season 1 to 3, it's have you seen those memes where they're just when the actors get a glow up into season 3?
Yeah.
Because they become successful now. And
They got extra money.
they got some money.
That's happening here.
This guy.
That's happening to him. Yeah.
No, it's honestly, I think it's just the happiness shows on your face. And that's people at my house, my mom, everyone, they've all noticed it over especially the last year and a half. They're like, you're just a lot happier now again. Yeah. And it's sometimes that's what we always say. Just if you're in a wrong situation, like we were talking about with students and everything, just leave, man. Mm-hmm. It doesn't get better. Wrong situations don't
self-correct.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
You got to just leave. And sometimes leaving is the hardest thing to do, but you have to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
And for everyone that loves you, because you want to be the best person you are for everyone that loves you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So then that's why I was like, I can't be in this nonsense.
Yeah. I feel like you've lived so many lives, though. And it's so funny because I love that you're nodding. Yeah. Because in Late Bloomer, there's a scene with both of you guys where you're just discovering something about his daughter, right? Yeah. You're just like, oh my God, which daughter was that?
Oh,
and you're discovering a new side of him. And I feel like I do that every time I hang out with you.
Yeah, because I've been around for a minute.
Yeah. It's every time I'm like, oh, there's something new. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, because I'm a lot older than people think I am. So it's
I remember when I found out how old he was, how old he is. And I was like, where?
Bro, I had to send a picture of my license to somebody the other day. Yeah. They're like, no way.
To prove it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it if you knew the number. You'd be like,
no, I know the number.
That,
Prop knows the number.
I know the number.
Yeah.
Audience doesn't know
the audience.
They
don't
know. Yeah.
But I think
we'll do the GLP one, but we're not doing the age.
Yeah, and the girls in my DMs, I'm your cha-cha's age. You should be ashamed.
Are you going to expose these girls in your DMs?
No. There's nobody. It's all dudes.
I feel like Sunny has such a following. The character. I mean, you too. But the character has such a following. There's people that just die hard love the character.
Well, I knew it. I know, was it I think it was a week or two before the show came out. Me and Ricky, and I'm not sure if just me was there.
Is this season 1?
Yeah. So a week or two before it came out, me and him went to, we were out clubbing or something. I think it was the Sick Knowledge Jam.
The
and,
what?
Sick Knowledge Jam. He's a really good DJ.
He's so good.
Okay.
Yeah. The greatest DJ ever. Anytime he's spinning, I go.
He hasn't played in a minute.
Yeah, he hasn't played in a
minute. I know. I've been watching.
Yeah. He's taking a little bit of time. I talked to him not too long ago.
Yeah.
But me and Ricky were hanging out there, and he looked at me. He goes, "Hey, so how do you feel? This is gonna be your last low key brown jam." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The show comes out in a week." He goes, "It's all gonna be different." And I'm like, "Nah, it can't be that different." And now, whenever Technology is spinning, and I go to these jams, like, you got to come with me to one of them. Like,
I've been.
Every third person,
Really?
yeah, walks up to say, like, "Yo,"
Really?
like,
So-
and it's all love, but like everyone recognizes.
Okay, so here's the thing. My experience is very different. On social media, yes, you have, fans and people who love the show reaching out, but I actually live outside of the city. So I don't, I remember at the start of season 3, I was like, "So Sunny, do people stop you?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, every time I
all
go
the
out,
time.
Yeah.
someone
All the
stops
time.
me."
Yeah.
I don't get that because I live outside of the city in a more rural town. It's
You
a
need
bit
to come hang
different.
out in Toronto. I'm telling you.
Nah,
You need
I
to
don't wanna
next
get
time.
stopped.
You don't
Technology
need
is
to.
spinning.
You don't need to.
I
No,
don't wanna
next
get
time
stopped.
Technology is spinning, you're coming with us.
I'll come with you
And
for that.
because
Come
that's
for
a
that.
contained
That's fine.
area, and we know most of the people there.
I'll come for that.
Yeah.
But I don't get stopped. I live in like a pretty, isolated part of the GTA. I won't say where.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just kind of go out. I don't really think about it. I know no one's going to notice me or recognize me or anything. But I was at Walmart last year at like 10 p.m. or something right before they close. And the girl that was running the self-checkout was like looking at me. And I was like, she probably thinks I stole something. And I was like, "Oh no!" So I kind of try to show her everything's
This
here.
is telling of where in the GTA she lives.
So I was kind of like nothing's in my pockets. Don't worry, everything's going into the bag. I'm scanning everything, and then she's like, when you can feel someone like burning a hole through you,
Yeah.
and I was like, she's staring at me.
Yeah.
And she starts coming over, and I'm like, "Oh no!" She probably thinks I'm shoplifting or something. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Then you think maybe I did by accident.
Maybe I did.
not
Maybe
scan
I did
right?
steal something and I don't remember. But
Yeah.
it was like 10 p.m. Hair's in like a greasy bun. Like I don't look good. She comes up to me and she's like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Are you an actor?" And I was like, "Oh no!"
You're like, which one? Which one
But
is
that's
it?
the thing. I was like, and I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to be like, I was in. Is it this? Start listing off my filmography, and I was just like, and at that point,
You're trying to perceive their reaction because you're like, what version of me did they get?
well,
Yeah.
there's that
Right?
too. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say because I've never said yes to this question. I always tell people no, but I could just tell she knew who I was. So I was like, yeah.
It's a cult following, and it's going to get worse for you because you know how I know.
What?
I went on to Crave when I logged in at my mom's house so they could watch it.
Yeah.
And Late Bloomer was number 5 in all of Canada behind like HBO shows.
Amazing.
So you're going to get other people come up to you now. Was she
That's
brown?
crazy. She was brown. So that's how I was like, I feel like and then she was like, and then she asked me what show, and I was like, I think I'm gonna roll the dice on this. I'm pretty sure she's talking about LateBloomer's. So I was like, I'm on a show called LateBloomer. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
She's like, "I love that show. I love your character. I knew it was you." And I was like, I'm just like, I didn't know how to take it.
How did it feel though?
I mean, I think there is a part of me that's proud,
Yeah.
for sure. Because for such a long time, it was something that I was just pursuing quietly. That now to see that outside reception, audience support, I finally feel like my path has more people on it now.
Yeah.
And
this
that
show
feels so
especially,
rewarding.
it's everyone I've noticed because I think so many other immigrant communities can relate.
Yes.
Like the Filipino community especially, like I do with the roll-on clones that I sell, we do a festival called Festi, and it's a Filipino community thing. The guy's a buddy of ours.
Nice.
So when I went there, that was after season 2, and every fourth person was walking up to me. And I'm
Really?
like, "Well, you guys?" And they're like, "Yeah, we love Just Meat. We've been watching Jus Reign stuff forever because it's the same. Our families are the exact same."
Well, that's the thing. I mean, yes, the show is very much centered on the South Asian community and being Punjabi or Tamil, but I think we forget that at one point, everyone was a first gen.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line, someone was new
That's what
here.
this entire
Yeah.
continent was made of.
Well, basically, and
Well, taken.
my best friend, she's Croatian, and I remember her dad coming up to me after season 1 and being like, "Oh yeah, that was like watching my family," and that was just like so full circle for me, realizing at some point we all did this version of life.
100%.
We were all new here at some point, and I think that's what the show is also looking at. It's like you're just figuring it out, being in a new country, trying to make it work, but we're all just people trying to figure it out. Whether that means being first generation or whatever your version of that is. we're all just people.
Yeah, and I also feel like, I don't know if you felt this way, but I know that you mentioned that Chippy is one of your favorite characters because of how close to home she is, right? And how you get to really just represent her as a Sri Lankan Tamil. And so I'm sure there's that moment of like, okay, she knows me from this one character that I just feel like represents me a little bit more than every other character in that aspect. Maybe not personality.
No, it's definitely rewarding. I don't know that I thought about it that way, but I definitely did feel very seen and respected in that moment of like,
You gotta walk around Toronto with me, man.
Oh my God.
It's a little overwhelming.
It is. Yeah.
Well, now it's gotten better since I've lost weight because now people are like, he's not fat enough to be Sunny. And now that season 3 came out, I think it's gonna be bad again.
Yeah, no, it is overwhelming. I've been out with you and I've been out with Just Meat sometimes, and it's too much.
Oh, Just Meat is like
another level. That's like another beast.
Dude, I walked with him up due west for Dundas West Fest. It was like every third person.
Crazy.
And he's great. Like he's like, you know, he tries to be as accommodating as he can.
But to do that every person.
That's what I'm saying. Like he tries to be as accommodating as he can, but after like 20 minutes of us walking up Dundas, now like the 100th person is approaching him, and it's kind of like.
But he is very gracious with his fans.
Yeah,
and that's something that I've like noticed with Just Meat, and I really respect him for.
Yeah.
He's so gracious with his fans. And there's no point where I'm like, oh, he seems annoyed or he's tired. Like, if someone, genuinely connects with his work and wants to talk to him, he'll always make the time.
Yeah.
So that's something I've learned from him, just being so gracious with your energy, because I've never seen him be cold or
like on set, even with background actors, with everyone, like he's always
he's very available.
He's got time to talk to people, and on set he's really busy.
Yeah,
and he still makes time to talk to people.
But I mean, I also wanted to talk about Chippy's character, and what she's doing this season and where it's going, because I remember last year after season 2, I remember having this conversation with Just Meat where I was a little frustrated because I'm like, both the female characters are just suffering.
Yeah.
Like, Manvi especially, like you see her suffer so much. And then at the end, she's going on a vacation. And I'm like, we didn't even get to see her have fun.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? But even you, like, it's like your character is so strong. And for her to end up in that kind of situation where maybe, she wasn't being treated right. And I feel like but he was like, it's because it's real. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Like, it is real. Like, that happens. It doesn't matter whether you're this like strong person, you can find yourself in those situations where maybe you're not being treated right, and maybe and you're like, how did I end up here? And I feel like that's what Chippy is doing this season, right? Very much just trying to figure out how she ended up in the position that she did. But it also, like, we get to kind of see South Asian women and how the kind of obstacles that they deal with in the community and how they kind of spread themselves a little thin, and how they, you were talking about this with me earlier, how they, have to be kind of the center point of all their relationships. So how do you feel like you explored that with Chippy this season?
That's a good question. I think this season, Chippy's definitely like putting back the pieces of her life, or at least trying to like look at how she got into the situation and the relationship that she did last season. And I have to say, I have so much empathy for people in the wrong relationships. I mean, even as like Sunny was speaking, when you leave those situations in your life, you look back and you're like, damn, how was I so dumb? Or how did I not see? And there's so much self-judgment. But it's really easy, or it's hard to see what's happening
while you're there.
While you're there, sometimes the red flags are not like waving in your face, and you make excuses, and people are inherently empathetic, and you always want to connect with a human being that you see without realizing that they're hurting you, or they, that they're not good for you. So I think Chippy's definitely looking at that this season, and trying to figure out her cycles and her patterns and how to heal from that. And then also just realizing that those patterns are not isolated with that romantic relationship, that it's something she's carrying out in other relationships too.
Yeah.
And I think that's really hard to admit about yourself when it's like it wasn't that one person. It's actually, I have a way of doing things. And again, it's not to put judgment or, accountability on victims of those kinds of relationships or those, really hard situations. But I think Chippy is looking at her other relationships and realizing that she is being taken advantage of, and maybe that there are unhealthy patterns with the people that she loves.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to admit when the loving relationships are also not working for different reasons.
Like, I remember there's this scene where you go to Just Meat's house and like Sunny says something to upset his mom. You just roll your eyes and get up, go talk to her mom, because like that's the role that you're taking. And I feel like that's the role that women tend to take in general, but especially in South Asian families.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where you like, I know you're talking about not to put accountability on the victim, but at some point, you know, you do have to kind of look at yourself and be like, am I enabling this, right? And am I making life harder for myself? Am I making myself spread myself too thin?
Yeah.
So I think it's good that that's being modeled on the show, that she is sitting there and able to like go to therapy and figure out, because there's this one point where she's like, it's not me, it's men, and it's all men.
But you're probably right. But even when that happens, like, because I went to therapy for like domestic violence situations and stuff like that. And it's like, you feel dumb for being in that situation, but then you also know that it didn't just happen like that. It was something like you got disrespected one time and you let it slide. And then the second time she shouts at you, you let it slide. Oh, it's her communication style. Third time, they're swearing at you. You let that slide. Fourth time, they throw something at you. You let that slide because you're not looking at everything as a whole.
Yeah.
Fifth time, they smack you. And then you're like, oh, you know what? That person's like, this is how they get angry.
Yeah.
And then you're always making excuses for that person when you start realizing, nah, that's just a shitty human, man. Like. So it's one of those where like you'll see a lot of strong, good people get stuck in those relationships, and everyone from the outside is like, how did that happen? And that person's like strong. And it's like, no, it's not like a one-time thing. Like they get you and they kind of chip away at you slowly until you have no self-love anymore.
Yeah.
And then you just start thinking, well, this is what I deserve because I must be a terrible person because all this shit's like I get shouted at freaking 8 times a day. So I must be the absolute worst person in the world.
Yeah.
And then when you get out of that situation, when you start realizing, no, you know what? None of that was normal.
Yeah.
People don't talk to each other like that.
They don't.
People don't communicate like that. Like that's someone who needs help. But the thing is, I think society's set up in a way right now too where nobody checks people like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's just too comfortable to just avoid people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's like, how do I put this? Nobody wants to be the person that goes up to that person and tells them you're terrible.
Yeah.
And you got to fix your shit.
Yeah.
Even their friends, like they'll just start like kind of distancing themselves, and you see it. Like, I've had friends that weren't great friends, and now they don't have any friends. But nobody actually talked to them about it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with people like that, I've noticed their family, nobody will tell them stuff because everyone's scared of the wrath.
Yeah.
Like everyone's scared of they're gonna come after me now. Okay, they're after this person now. Great, let them stay that way. We're not saying nothing.
Yeah.
Right, and it's. I have other people that I know that are like that. And it's like, dude, now the one thing I have done in the last 2-3 years is when someone's acting dumb or childish or anything like that, I call them out on it.
Yeah. No, it's important to do. And I feel like in the community too, it's always like you don't want to get into anyone else's business or you don't want to like overstep. But there needs to be some kind of middle ground of us being able to hold
and you
people
have to have rules. Like my number one rule right now is if you raise your voice at me, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking to you that time.
Yeah.
I probably won't talk to you ever again.
Yeah. I think
I don't need someone shouting at me.
Not to like play devil's advocate here, but I also think that in our community, there is a little bit of like, oh, your parents can yell at you, right? Because they're your parents and you have to respect them and you can't yell back and stuff. And then I think kids can learn that kind of style of communication.
Yeah.
And they don't realize it, right? And so they don't even realize that they're yelling or they don't realize that that's how they're communicating.
But I think after a certain age, like once you start hitting your mid-20s, you got to understand that it doesn't work.
I mean, you are accountable for your actions. And at that point, you need to take responsibility.
I'm proud of our generation because I'm starting to see those cycles being broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because, well, we have more information now and therapy is available. I don't think it was as readily available to our parents or their generations, you know, and I think because of that, there's something that's happening now.
Yeah.
With our generation where people are like, this is not going to be passed on.
Yeah.
This is not the way to do things.
Yeah.
This is not how I want to live. I mean, we, you know, all the stuff that we've talked about earlier, but also just like with mental health and with healing and figuring out the kind of relationships that you want to have in your life and how you want to be treated. I think that's definitely something that I'm noticing being brought in more consciously, not just in the South Asian community, but I think in all the communities. Because the older ways of doing things just didn't work.
No.
It's like pain just being recycled over and over again. And it's like at some point, we have to look at it and be like, enough.
Yeah.
The next generation can't know this way of communication or this way of taking people for granted or over nurturing people who are never going to give back to you. It has to stop.
Yeah.
So I am seeing that and I'm very happy for it, but it takes a lot to...
Yeah, it's going to take another probably 1 or 2 generations before
to get it right.
Yeah. But I did want to ask you, do you feel like your psychology degree informs acting? Because I can see that really like coming in and helping you, especially when you're like breaking a character down.
It's a good question. I don't know if it's a conscious process where I'm like, oh, this person has, this or that person has that. I think maybe, but for me, it's more just, and I feel like every actor says this, but it really is empathy. Looking at a character without judgment.
Yeah.
I know at this point it's sort of every actor says it, but no character thinks they're a bad guy. No character thinks they're doing the wrong thing or there's another way of doing things, because then they would do that.
Yeah.
So I always approach stories and the characters that I get with empathy and try to put myself in their position and understand what are the value systems here that's making this person act this way, as opposed to what's the diagnosis? I don't think of it that way. I don't take it clinical.
Because everyone's a hero in their own book.
They
no one's a villain.
Well, I mean, it's so full circle that you say that, because I think that's people don't realize a lot of the time how awful they're being.
Or how their actions are being received.
Right? And they're just so in their own world sometimes, or they don't see it, or maybe they don't care. Maybe they are actually
people need to fix up.
Yeah, no, they do. I mean, I wanted to ask about Sunny and what is going on this season, because
him?
Because I feel like we're getting to there's a lot of hints being thrown in about how dark the kind of business he deals in.
I'm not going to give any spoilers.
I know.
But
this is where it's like, you have to be careful.
There'll be different sides of Sunny on display this year for sure.
Because I think, and I was seeing a lot of dialogue online about this too, where people were kind of wondering how much of the dark stuff in terms of the business are they going to get into with Sunny? Because I don't know about you, but in Brampton, we've heard about a lot of things.
Yeah, people's houses are getting shot up and stuff.
Shot up, robbed, just like they're finding things in trucks. So like, it's one of those things where I'm like, how real is this going to be? Because a lot of Late Bloomer is so real.
The best, the truck thing, this is like a total segue, but there was a guy who stole a truck of butter. I'm like, that's so on brand for up there, right? Like, what do you want to steal? A truck full of kale?
Well, my mom would do that.
I was like, a 52-footer. How long is he going to have the butter for? I'm like, a week?
Was he going to
at the Gordora a week?
Yeah. Was
he going to resell it?
Yeah, he'll probably resell it, give some to his family, probably make a lot of like prashad or whatever they're doing with it.
Crazy.
But like, it was the funniest thing when I was like, a truck of butter. I'm like, and then they arrested the guy and I was like, good for you.
Yeah.
Usually when I see brown people get arrested, I'm like, I get upset.
Yeah.
Not at them, like, because I don't know their situation, but I'm kind of like, man, here we go. They already hate us. But the butter one, I was like, yeah, good for you.
You get it?
Yeah. Like, I don't eat butter anymore, but I mean, like, I get why he stole that truck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I think, and I'm gonna do a politician answer here.
Okay.
Season 1, I got to have a lot of fun with the acting. I got to just be fun, Sunny. Season 2 demanded a little more from the character, fun and a little bit scary.
Yeah.
And season 3 demands even more.
That's a good answer.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, just me's gonna be mad at you. If he said too
Season 3
much.
demanded more from the character. It demanded more. It's
That's
not
a good
just,
answer.
yeah.
Okay.
So that way you're gonna have to watch all the episodes right to the end.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
It gets
That's
good.
That's a good hint.
It gets good.
Because in ADR I watched.
Did you?
Oh.
I asked to see it, and they're like, we don't have it today. And I'm like, damn,
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Oh my God.
I
I'm
had
so
a feeling,
excited.
yeah.
It's going to be good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited about all the guest appearances coming in too. Because I like at the premiere, I saw some really cool people, and I'm like,
Mhm.
are
Oh
they
my
going to be in it?
Rupin.
Yeah, Rupin was already in it. Yeah, I saw that.
Season episode 3, right?
You know what I was so amazed about? This from season 2, because we didn't get to talk about it because it hadn't aired when we did our.
Okay, yeah.
Sukha is a great actor.
He is.
How is he's actually such a good actor.
He's a really good actor. And he's a good guy.
Yeah, no, he's really chill.
Yeah, he's like a really nice dude. Like I've only ran into him 2 or 3 times, and he's really good. Suka played, and then the students are sitting there talking about, he's like put 4 eggs in and make a smoothie, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They're sitting there.
The student episode.
Delivery guys.
Yeah.
So the guy who's wearing the turban is a really popular singer.
ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੀਨ ਸ਼ੇਕ ਦੀ ਰੈਸਪੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਟੀ 4 ਕੇਲੇ ਰੈਸਪੀ ਸਟ੍ਰਾਬੇਰੀ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਹੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਬਦਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਛੱਡਤੇ ਨਾਲੇ ਪੀਨਟ ਬਟਰ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲੀ ਐਂਡ ਤੇ 4 ਆਂਡੇ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਸੈੱਟ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ 4 ਆਂਡੇ ਹੈ ਚੱਲ 5 ਕਰ ਲਾ 5 ਆਂਡੇ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ
See, like, there's all these cameos, but I don't always know.
No, I'll start telling you
The
in
lore.
advance now.
Yeah, because I'm like, I see how people react to them being on set, and I'm like, who is that?
So Suka's he's
No,
a
I'll start
singer.
telling you because
He's
I
an
just
artist.
assumed you knew because you were from Brampton.
No.
Yeah, no. So Suka's an artist, and he's never acted as far as I know. That was the first time we saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a natural, eh?
Such a natural.
There
And
were so many
even the
people.
scene partners that he had, like 'cause he was with Siddharth, who plays the student,
Loves
and
it.
then Daman, who played the other student. And they're terrific actors,
Yeah.
and he held his own.
He did.
That was the first scene I saw with the student. No, the first one I saw was the basement scene. But I remember when I read the scripts for season 2, I'm like, if these students can act,
Yeah.
and the kids can act,
Yeah.
this is going to be a out of the park home run.
Yeah.
And then when I watched the kids acting, I was like, okay, they got it.
Yeah.
And then when I watched the students acting, I was like, okay, they got it too. So
Yeah.
this is like, but yeah, I won't say I'm surprised that he could act that well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that guy can act.
That was very Drake of him. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, wow, this
Yeah, he
is
showed up, he killed it, and then left.
killed it, and he killed it as an artist. Like, go off.
There
A
are
lot of people didn't recognize him because he's wearing a full turban, right?
He doesn't
And he's
usually,
like,
he
yeah,
usually
usually-
wears like a smaller one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people are like, yo, we didn't even realize that was Suka.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people on set that are, there professionally for the first time
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
acting.
just kill it, like Prayag.
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Prayag
don't know
did
if I
kill
can
it.
say more, but
Yeah.
like again,
I mean, I've seen he's been in a couple scenes, and he's been killing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I think this season they really brought out some people. Like,
They did.
I didn't, and this is gonna make me sound, and I'm not trying to, I didn't know who Roy Woods was
yeah.
Well,
because I'm old.
I went to high school with him, so
Oh, no way. Like, I'm old.
yeah.
Greatest guy. I've hung out with him now a couple of times, but my niece, when she calls me, she's like, yo, Mama, Roy's in the show? And I'm like, yeah, I know Roy. Why? And she goes, he's a singer. And I'm like, no way. And then I was at the premiere,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dude, you have to take a picture with me. My niece is your biggest fan. And then I took a picture, sent to my niece, and she was freaking out. She's
Yeah.
like, no way, you're hanging out with him? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
to me, he's just a really
Just a
cool
guy,
guy. And
yeah.
he's really nice.
Yeah.
But apparently he's like a superstar singer.
I'm really excited.
So
about
I
the
guess
rest of
that's how
this.
you feel with Sukkot.
yeah, I'm like, who are? And then I see how everybody else is reacting, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, who is that?
Well, you know what's so funny? I was talking to my friend about this because some of my friends that are from like America or England or whatever, they get really excited about Jasmeet, right? And I get really excited about Jasmeet too. But to be honest, like when I think about it in my life, Jasmeet has just kind of been around and like on TV, like on YouTube, but also like he was like a groomsman at my like cousin's wedding.
That's
And
crazy.
like
Oh, so you
Just
ran
small
into
world.
him.
I've ran into him sometimes. So to me, it's just like whatever. Like my brother went to high school with cousin Vicky. I went to high school with Jus Reign's other cousin. So it's just like to me, he was just around, right? And then I see other people when they see him or they meet him, they're just so amazed and they're so excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so cool. I love that he has that much influence.
Yeah.
I think Toronto in general, like when I say Toronto, I mean all the burbs too. We take our own artists for granted.
We have a lot of artists.
We have a
like,
lot
I'm
of
thinking
cool
about it. I'm
people
like,
in the city.
some of the biggest artists in America, Drake, Justin
Weeknd.
Bieber, The Weeknd, they're all Canadian.
I know.
Who else? Drake, Justin Bieber, The Weeknd.
Oh, Daniel Caesar, Jesse Reyes,
No, there was someone else I was
Celine
thinking about.
Dion.
Olivia Chow.
I don't. Who is that? See, like,
That's the mayor of Toronto.
She's American.
oh, sorry.
Sonia's really like, I don't give a shit about
I just like,
Toronto.
what Punjabi artist is Olivia Chow?
Who is that? That doesn't
What
sound.
song did she sing? Does she wear a turban?
I think I know like the big names, but after that,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess being mayor of Toronto.
She was also the NDP leader's wife, that really popular NDP leader.
Well, yeah, Jack Layton.
Oh,
She was
okay,
Jack
okay,
Layton's
okay,
wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
So
passed away, right?
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's sad.
I was like, I'm excited for Late Bloomer to make it onto HBO. I saw Heated Rivalry, and I'm like, yo, if Jus Reign just did a little bit in that episode, if he just
Well, with our show, they haven't announced it fully yet, but I know for a fact because my cousin called me. It's available in India now on Lionsgate.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Streaming.
that's
Yeah, it is.
amazing.
My cousin's watching it right now on Lionsgate.
God, so if you're in
streaming.
India-
Only season 1.
Okay.
Oh,
But he's 3 episodes in, and then he sent me a picture, and then it's on SBS in Australia.
Amazing. It's got to get to America.
I know.
Yeah, America's
I
the
know.
one. Yeah, but no, it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. It'll get where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have been on a lot of really cool projects,
Yeah.
which is so funny because I didn't realize that you were on Handmaid's Tale until like Sunny was telling me, or Chaps, I don't know who was telling me, and I was like,
Probably me.
is she really? And I went back and I'm like, oh my God, that's her. Like I did not clock the two.
You're a handmaid.
She was a Martha.
The Martha.
She was a Martha.
What's a Martha?
Yeah.
I think Marthas are infertile. They can't reproduce.
Yeah. I think
And so they just kind of become mates.
or for that.
Oh no, but I mean you're dressed the same as the handmaids, kind of.
Nope. No.
They
You're
were-
wearing that gray thing with the.
So here's the thing. It looks gray on camera, but in person it's green.
I thought it was green.
Okay.
So I'm colorblind, kind of.
I thought it was gray too when I was watching
Yeah.
the show. But yeah, no, I was on that show. That was I think that was a few years ago now.
Yeah.
But that was a very surreal experience because I was a fan of the show. Huge fan of the show.
Oh, did you got to?
Well, I was a huge fan of the show. Elizabeth Moss is like one of my heroes and just a fantastic actor. I'd watched her on Mad Men and I was like, at that point, that show was like cleaning up all the awards and like had such a huge fan base.
Yeah.
It came in with a code name, which usually happens for big projects.
Yeah.
Casting announcements and auditions will go through with a code name. Everybody in the industry knew what the code name was for Handmaid's Tale. So I knew that it was Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get the role for the
Yeah.
second season. And then when I got another audition for a bigger role for season 3, I was like, this can't be my life. Like, this is insane. I was still working at the body shop then. So I remember the night that I got the audition, I'd finished my shift and then I like ran to Old Navy to like buy my clothes. I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
I bought my audition outfit. It was like a gray dress because I thought the Marthas were wearing gray, even though the book says green, I think.
Yeah.
And I just like coached the scene and worked through everything, went to Toronto the next day, coached it with my coach in person, ran to the auditioned it, and I was just like, I don't know like where this is going to lead now. Like I did my best. I was exhausted. And then when I got it, it was like, I couldn't believe it. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And
Because
it
it's a
was-
recurring
Yeah.
role.
It was a recurring role, and it was like, at that point, it was one of the most successful shows on TV. And yeah, just working on that show taught me a lot. I feel like being on Handmaid's Tale was very much like being on a group project with all the smart kids.
Oh.
Like everybody knew
Yeah.
what their job was, and they were all really good at their job.
Yeah.
And at one point on set, I remember just looking around being like, oh my God, almost every single person I'm looking at is nominated for an Emmy.
Wow.
The
Wow.
actors, the crew, the
That's
director,
crazy.
the
That's
writers,
insane.
and then in post, the sound engineer. Like everybody was, at that point, I was just like, everybody here is a master of their craft. So it was one of those things where I was like, I have this opportunity to watch how people who are successful work. And I think the biggest takeaway from that was if you're really good at what you do, you're very quiet. No one on that set had an ego or I feel were, arrogant or mean, or they were efficient, they were kind, and they were quiet.
Yeah.
And I think that's the mark of a real pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell like the energy that some people give off. You know that they're gonna go in and they're gonna knock this out in one take,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go sit back down.
And then they're just going to go,
Yeah.
There's
It's just
gonna
like a
be
calm confidence.
very calm confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really happy to hear, because I read you were talking about Elizabeth Moss earlier too. I was really happy to hear that she lives up to the pedestal that I put her on in my head.
Oh my God.
Because I love her, like in Mad Men and Handmaid's Tale. Like I love her.
She's someone who I was like, I'm really worried to meet you because you're my idol. And
Yeah.
they always say, never meet your
Dude,
idol.
I've met some idols that I'm so sad I met because
Who, name one?
no, I can't do that.
Come on, let's go. Let's get juicy.
I was relieved when I met her. I was very relieved.
Yeah.
She's like the most gracious scene partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So kind, so available.
Yeah.
She wears so many hats. I think at one point she was directing the episode. She was a star of the show. She was also an executive producer. Had established herself in the industry as like a master of her craft.
Yeah.
And still just so kind. Knew everybody's name, every single crew, every single person on set. She knew everyone's name. Would just show up, deliver her lines.
Yeah.
Kill the scene.
Yeah.
Be available to me in a way that I needed, because I think she could tell that I was like newer to the industry. Never made me feel like I was less than.
And you worked really closely with her.
Yeah, we had scenes where it was just me and her. And I'd be like, oh my God.
That's great.
Imagine doing that with your idol and being like, you have to be
amazing.
good.
And you're getting paid for it.
Yeah, and like there were moments that I was like, I can't doubt myself because I got to show up. This is it.
Yeah.
And she was very available to me in a way that I felt like I could explore my craft, but that she would catch me as my scene partner in the trust fall if I ever wanted to try something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really heavy show. I stopped watching it.
Is it done now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped watching it because it was too heavy. Like it was too much. But I can't even imagine putting yourself inside of it. And even like your last scene where you're on the rooftop.
Yeah.
It's pouring rain.
I know.
And it's just so intense. Like how was it, playing a character in a story that's so intense, especially being a woman?
So that's the thing. And I think some of the other actors have talked about this, but Handmaid's Tale was one of like the funnest sets to be on. As soon as we called cut, everyone was laughing and joking, and we were like, not to take away from the seriousness and obviously the weight of the story and unfortunately how relevant it is now. But yeah, it was a genuinely fun set. Everybody was a really good person. But yeah, when the cameras were rolling, I think we all felt the responsibility of the stories that we were telling. And everyone was just so good on that show that they just committed themselves, and it came off real. But as soon as we called cut, it was like, we're all joking around. We're all friends. We're all, hanging out. One guy's reading at his chair. Like it was really great. But that last scene on the rooftop, very proud of that scene. I loved that scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there was just so much that was established to make us comfortable as the actors. Lizzie was directing. That was her first episode she was directing.
Mm-hmm.
And she came to all of our trailers that morning to be like, first of all, directors don't do that. That hasn't been my experience. But she came to all of our trailers and was like, this is the scene. How are you feeling today?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to do? So just from the jump, we were made to be very comfortable for what came off as a very intense, dark, sad scene.
Yeah.
And then like there were small things that just like made it so much more, I guess, a lot more comfortable for us as the actors. Like the rain was warm, which I was so grateful for. We shot it inside.
I was going to ask.
So it was
warm, and I was so
I was
grateful
going to
for
ask
that.
if like, you're probably freezing.
The rain was warm. We were wearing wetsuits because, we filmed that scene over 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
And you don't always get that in the industry. They don't always have the budget to like, warm up this large vat of water. And, like the rain was warm, and they had heating tents for us the whole time and made sure we were okay as we were filming that. So, yeah, the scene itself is quite dark. But what was going on the set part of things couldn't be more opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really took care of us.
That's so cool. I mean, so you've done some really cool projects. I know that you are.
Me?
I think you spoke to me about some projects that you wanted to work on that were like off abroad.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys? Where do you guys think you want to go? What's going on? What's new?
You go.
Me?
You go.
I don't know. I'm having so much fun playing Chippy.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, this character is a dream role for me because she hits so close to home, but it's the first time that I get to play someone who I think is so empowered in being authentic.
Yeah.
I genuinely mean it.
Yeah.
When I auditioned for Chippy, oh my God, I remember watching my first audition and being like, this is so different from where the character ended up being, because I think I was so used to playing a specific type, this character who's always nice and kind and light and fun, and Chippy's very much the opposite of that. She's very comfortable with who she is, and she doesn't feel like she has to apologize. And so through the audition process for Chippy, which, as we spoke about, was quite extensive, I slowly took away from that persona of always having to be put together and always having to be presentable and acceptable and don't make any noise, don't upset anyone. And I feel like I've discovered an authenticity in Chippy and playing her that I just want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm having so much fun as an artist, but also as a person.
Yeah.
I don't know what comes next will come next, but as of right now, I'm just like, I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you did mention that like people will approach you sometimes and like expect you to be like Chippy, and you're so different, which now I'm getting to know as I'm like getting to know you.
Yeah.
But Chippy is very fierce and she's very outspoken, and you're
Yell and swear at her just for 2 seconds. Just give her the Chippy.
yeah, yell at me.
Yeah.
Give her the Chippy.
Yeah.
Like, Prop, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's so different from like who you are. So it's probably a little refreshing to be able to be like, oh, I don't have to be put together. I can yell and I can scream.
You can also use Chippy in your day-to-day. Like, I use Sunny in my day-to-day. Like, occasionally when I'm doing something and then somebody gets on my nerves and I'm going to let it go, sometimes I'm like, nah, Sunny wouldn't let it go. And then I get in their ass.
Wow.
So I'll use it for my benefit.
But I feel like, yeah, no, I see that.
I'm a lot of Sunny. I'm not
You are.
confrontational.
Yeah, you're not.
I'd
I
rather
haven't
just
seen
not
you be.
talk to somebody
Yeah.
than have like an argument with someone. I'd rather just. Sometimes people say stuff in front of me that's blatantly wrong, and I'm just like, yeah. Like, whereas 10 years ago I would have been like, nah, dude, it's not. Now I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's.
So you felt like you were more like Sunny when you were younger?
Yeah, 10 years ago for sure.
Wow.
Now I think I've just learned that like, if you try to correct an idiot, you don't win anything really.
Yeah.
Now you just have an idiot that's right about one thing.
Wise unk.
Huh?
I said
Yeah,
wise.
you just get older, and then like I just want to get high and watch TV and go to sleep. In the future, I'm just excited for what's coming for season 4 or 5. I can't talk about a couple of things that I've read right now because I've signed NDAs. We're developing.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're developing. Me and my friends are developing our own script that we had been working on for a while, which
that's
I'll run the story by you when we're having tea. But it's a funny thing.
Yeah.
And other than that, I'm retired, man. I look forward to like not living here 4 months of the year. And
And
come
hang
back
out.
and shoot the show, and then summer in Toronto is the greatest thing ever. So
Yeah.
summer in Toronto,
It's about to begin.
winters in India and Thailand and Barcelona.
Amazing.
And that's it. And then back for summers in Toronto.
That's so great. I love that. I feel
I
like
like
goals. I want
McDonald's
to be
French
that.
fries in India. They're nice.
Or are they better?
I wouldn't say they're better. They're nice.
Oh.
Thailand McDonald's is better than our McDonald's.
Okay.
I've heard this.
Well,
Thailand McDonald's is dope.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun. We're unfortunately out of time.
Yeah.
But this was so fun. Thank you guys for taking the time coming
Of course.
here.
Thank you
And
for having us.
yeah, of course. I mean, I can't wait to watch the rest of the season. Late Bloomer, guys, once again, season 3 on Crave TV.
Get Crave. I'm going to show up at your house and do nothing really, but get Crave.
Yeah, Crave.
You don't want him at your house.
Yeah. I'm just going to eat all your food.